Have you ever felt like the world is against you? Like no matter how hard you try, obstacles keep piling up, doubts creep in, and the weight of it all threatens to crush you? You're not alone. Every great soul in history, including Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors and greatest thinkers of all time, faced the same battles. But what made him unstoppable wasn't the absence of problems. It was how he faced them. Today, you and I are standing at a crossroads. Either let challenges defeat us, or learn the timeless wisdom that can turn any hardship into strength. What if you could build a mind so strong that no storm could break you? What if frustration, failure, and fear became stepping stones instead of walls? In this video, we'll dive deep into the advice Marcus Aurelius left behind. The same mindset that helped him rule an empire while fighting inner battles tougher than any war. Stay with me, because just a few minutes from now you'll discover tools that can make you unshakable. Not someday. Not when life is easier. Right now. Are you ready to stop surviving and start becoming unstoppable? Let's begin. Part 1. Control your mind, not the outside world. You know, Marcus Aurelius once said something that could change your entire life if you truly understood it. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Think about that for a second. Most of us spend our lives trying to control everything out there. The people around us, the opportunities that come our way, the challenges that blindside us. We get upset when things don't go according to plan. We blame bad luck, bad timing, or bad people. But Marcus reminds us, the only thing we truly control is what's happening in here, in our own minds. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. You can't move the cars, you can't make the lights turn green, but you can choose how you respond. You can fume and curse and let stress ruin your day, or you can take a deep breath, turn on some calming music, and use that unexpected time to rehearse your talking points or simply reflect. The situation hasn't changed, but your experience of it changes entirely based on your mind. And that's just traffic. What about bigger things? Losing a job, facing betrayal, dealing with rejection. If your happiness depends on the world behaving the way you want, you're gonna suffer. Constantly. Because the world doesn't care about your plans. It just happens. Marcus Aurelius lived during one of the most turbulent times in Roman history. Plague, war, betrayal. He had every reason to be bitter, angry, even hopeless. Yet he remained calm, focused, unshakable. Not because life was easy, but because he ruled himself first before trying to rule Rome. It's easy to feel powerful when things are going your way. But real strength, the kind that makes you unstoppable, is built in the moments when life punches you in the gut and you refuse to let it dictate who you are. Let's bring it down to today's world. Maybe your boss is unfair, maybe your startup just failed, maybe someone you trusted deeply let you down. You can't rewind time, you can't control their actions, but you can control what you think, what you say to yourself, and what you do next. You can choose resilience over resentment, patience over panic, wisdom over whining. Every challenge is an invitation to master your mind a little more. Every setback is an opportunity to build mental muscles you didn't even know you had. You're not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are the master of your own soul if you choose to be. So the next time something doesn't go your way, and believe me, it will happen, pause. Breathe. Remember Marcus's words, you have power over your mind, not outside events. And in that moment, you'll find a strength deeper than any obstacle, stronger than any storm. That's where becoming unstoppable truly begins. Part 2. Accept and work with your fate. Now that we've talked about mastering your mind, let's dive into another powerful teaching from Marcus Aurelius. Accept what fate has woven for you. Marcus wrote, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny for what could more aptly fit your needs. Let's be honest, acceptance is tough. It's easy to accept the good things, Promotions, relationships, sunny days. But what about failure? What about heartbreak? What about getting knocked down when you least expect it? Our first instinct is to resist, to think, this shouldn't be happening to me. We fight reality as if complaining could change it. But here's the truth. Fighting fate is like yelling at the rain. You waste your energy, you make yourself miserable, and you still end up soaking wet. Marcus teaches us a better way. When life hands you a storm, instead of cursing it, learn to sail in it. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Let me give you an example. Imagine you spent months preparing for your dream job interview. You thought you nailed it, but then you get the dreaded email. We've decided to move forward with another candidate. Now, you have a choice. You can spiral into bitterness, blame the company, doubt yourself, give up, or you can accept the outcome as part of your journey. You can reflect, improve, and get ready for the next, better opportunity that's out there waiting for you. Acceptance isn't weakness. It's wisdom in action. It doesn't mean you like what happened. It means you recognize that resistance wastes energy. Energy you could use to adapt, to rebuild, to rise. Marcus himself wasn't a man sitting on a cushioned throne all day. He faced rebellion, disease, constant political backstabbing. He could have raged against it, but he chose acceptance, not passive giving up, but active cooperation with what life threw at him. There's an ancient Stoic idea that says the obstacle on the path becomes the path. When you embrace what's happening, even the messy, painful, unexpected parts, you unlock a kind of superpower. You stop being a victim of life. You become a co-creator with life. So next time you're handed a situation you didn't ask for, remember this. It's not here to punish you. It's here to shape you, forge you, strengthen you in ways you never would have chosen but desperately need. Acceptance doesn't mean surrender. It means stepping forward with open eyes, open hands, and a heart ready to turn even the hardest blows into stepping stones. Marcus knew this. He lived it. And now, so can you. Stay with me because in the next part, we'll dive into something even deeper. How to turn every obstacle not just into something you endure, but into the very fuel that drives your unstoppable growth. Let's keep going. Part 3. The obstacle becomes the way. All right, now that you understand how to master your mind and accept your fate, let's talk about one of Marcus Aurelius's most powerful ideas. The obstacle becomes the way. Marcus wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." At first glance, it almost sounds strange, right? How can the very thing blocking you become the thing that helps you move forward? Let's break it down. Most of us see obstacles as a dead end, a sign to stop, a reason to quit. But Marcus is saying obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're redirections. The difficulty is the path, the challenge is the opportunity. Let's use a real-world example. Imagine you're an athlete training for a marathon. You've been doing great until you injure your knee a few weeks before race day. Now you can look at that injury and think, it's over. I can't compete. All my work is wasted. Or you can see it differently. This injury is forcing me to slow down. It's teaching me patience. It's making me smarter about how I train. It's giving me a chance to master recovery, a skill I'll need for the rest of my athletic life. The obstacle didn't destroy your journey. It transformed it. The same principle applies everywhere. Lost your job? Maybe it's the push you needed to finally start your own business. Failed a relationship? Maybe it's the mirror you needed to see what parts of yourself still need healing. Got rejected? Maybe it's redirecting you towards something or someone better suited for your growth. The key is how you choose to see the obstacle. It's either a wall you beat your fists against or a mountain you climb and become stronger with every step. Marcus lived this reality. Every rebellion against Rome, an opportunity to show leadership. Every plague that swept the empire, a test of compassion and endurance. Every betrayal by those closest to him, a challenge to rise above pettiness and stay anchored in virtue. He didn't wish away the hardships. He used them. That's the mindset of someone unstoppable. And here's something you can apply immediately. The next time something blocks your way, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "How can this serve me? What can I build from this?" Start seeing obstacles not as punishments, but as raw materials. Challenges are bricks. Your mindset is the mortar. Your perseverance is the architect. Each time you face hardship head-on, you're not just surviving. You're building a fortress around your soul. A fortress no disappointment, no failure, no betrayal can ever break. So remember, the obstacle is not in your way. It is the way. Stay tuned, because in the next part we're going to talk about something just as powerful: how to live each day as if it were an entire lifetime. It's a secret weapon to becoming truly unstoppable. Part 4. Live each day as a complete life. If you've been following so far, you're starting to see a pattern. Marcus Aurelius didn't just survive adversity, he thrived in it. And one of his most profound practices was this: treat every single day as if it were your whole life. He wrote, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." Let that sink in for a moment. Imagine waking up every morning and thinking, today is not just another step towards something else. Today is everything. You see, most of us live in a constant state of someday. Someday I'll be happy when I get the promotion. Someday I'll start working out when life gets less busy. Someday I'll finally write that book, launch that project, take that trip. But here's the brutal truth. Someday isn't promised. Someday is a mirage. Marcus reminds us, stop postponing your life. Start living it now. Let me give you a real-world example. Think about someone you know who's always waiting for the perfect time to do something important. Maybe they want to get healthier, but they say, "I'll start next Monday, after this stressful week is over." Monday comes and guess what? Another excuse, another delay. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years. Dreams gather dust, and life quietly slips by. Now compare that to someone who treats today as a full life. They wake up and ask, "What matters most today?" And they do it, not perfectly, not when it feels easy, but because they know today is all they're guaranteed. That person isn't waiting for permission, they're building momentum. They're living fully, one small act at a time. It's not about cramming your schedule with 100 tasks or pretending every day needs to be dramatic. It's about showing up, intentionally, wholeheartedly, for the day you've been given. Marcus lived this way under intense pressure. As emperor, he didn't get to postpone decisions, duties, or his own growth. Every day was a battlefield, and he approached each one with the mindset, if this were my final day, how would I live it? Ask yourself right now, if today was the last full chapter of your life, how would you write it? Would you spend it angry, distracted, anxious about things outside your control? Or would you spend it focused, grateful, courageous? When you start seeing each day as a complete life, two things happen. First, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Second, you stop putting off the things that do. You begin to prioritize meaning over noise, action over procrastination, presence over anxiety. And slowly, day by day, life by life, you become the kind of person who is truly unstoppable, because you're no longer waiting for the perfect future to arrive. You're creating a beautiful life, one real, irreplaceable day at a time. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we're going to tackle something just as important: how to conquer fear and anxiety, the silent enemies that hold so many people back. Part 5. Conquer fear and anxiety. Alright, so by now you know. Master your mind. Accept your fate. Turn obstacles into fuel. Live each day fully. But there's one silent enemy we have to address if you truly want to become unstoppable. Fear. And its close cousin, anxiety. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most of the time, it's not reality that breaks us down. It's the endless, exhausting stories we tell ourselves about what might happen. You know exactly what I mean. You get one piece of bad news and your mind goes into full disaster mode. What if I lose everything? What if everyone hates me? What if I'm not good enough? The event itself is often manageable, but the fear we create in our heads, it's 10 times worse. Let's use a simple real-world example. Imagine you have to give a big presentation at work. The moment you hear about it, anxiety kicks in. You picture yourself freezing, forgetting your words, embarrassing yourself in front of everyone. Now here's the crazy part. None of that has actually happened. It's all happening up here, in your mind. And by the time you actually step up to speak, you're not battling the presentation anymore. You're battling the 100 awful scenarios you rehearsed in your imagination. Marcus's wisdom offers a different path. He reminds us, face reality as it is, not the nightmare version you invent. When fear creeps in, ask yourself what's really happening right now. What part of this am I making worse with my imagination? What can I control in this moment? Because here's the truth. Most fears shrink the moment you meet them face to face. The job interview you're terrified of, it's just a conversation. The confrontation you've been dreading, it's just two people talking. The change you're afraid of, it's just a new chapter waiting to be written. Marcus faced real fear every day. Wars, plagues, political betrayal. But he didn't let his mind turn challenges into monsters. He stayed grounded, focused, clear. He faced life as it was, not as his fears tried to paint it. And you can too. Here's a simple practice you can start using today. Whenever you feel fear or anxiety bubbling up, stop and say to yourself, this is just a story. I will deal with reality, not imagination. Breathe. Get back to the present moment. Focus on the action you can take, however small. Because unstoppable people aren't fearless. They just refuse to let fear make decisions for them. They see fear for what it is, a whisper, not a command. You are stronger than your fears. You are bigger than your anxieties. And the moment you start facing them head on, you start taking your power back. Step by courageous step. Stay with me, because in the next part we're going to unlock one of the most important keys to real lasting happiness. Learning to find peace inside yourself, no matter what chaos is happening around you. Part 6. Find happiness within yourself. Alright, so you're mastering your mind, accepting fate, turning obstacles into fuel, living fully, and facing fear head on. You're already well on your way to becoming unstoppable. But Marcus Aurelius taught another crucial lesson. Real peace, real happiness, comes from within you, not from the outside world. He wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Let's be honest, how often do we tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get the job, I'll be happy when I find the perfect relationship, I'll be happy when I make more money, move to a better city, lose the weight. We tie our happiness to things outside our control. Things that are unpredictable, unstable, temporary. Marcus, living through wars, loss, betrayal, realized something most people never do. Happiness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine two people lose their jobs on the same day. Person A spirals into despair. I'm worthless, nothing ever goes right, I'll never recover. Person B, on the other hand, feels the sting, but chooses to think differently. This hurts, but it's not the end. Maybe it's the push I need to find something better. I still have my skills, my experience, and my drive. Same external event, two completely different experiences because of the way they chose to think. The truth is, if you're always waiting for the outside world to make you happy, you'll always be at its mercy. But if you anchor happiness inside you, in your own thoughts, values, and choices, nothing can take it away. Marcus called this retreating into yourself, not running away from life, but building a place of calm and strength inside you. a place you can return to no matter what storms rage outside. And you can start doing this today. Here's how. Gratitude. Even in the worst moments, find something, anything to be grateful for. It shifts your mind from scarcity to abundance. Perspective. Remember that almost everything that feels overwhelming now won't even matter a year from today. Focus on virtue. Ask yourself, what is the right thing for me to do right now? Not what's the easiest thing, or what will people think. You don't need the world to hand you perfect circumstances to be happy. You just need to choose better thoughts every single day, because when happiness lives inside you, you become truly unstoppable. You're no longer chasing something that's always just out of reach. You carry it with you, no matter where you go, no matter what happens. You become like a ship with an anchor, steady, even when the seas are rough. Marcus Aurelius found peace in the middle of chaos. And if he could do it, ruling an empire under constant threat, then so can we in our own modern battles. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll talk about one of the most powerful secrets of all, how constant growth and personal discipline can turn your potential into something truly legendary. Part 7. Commit to lifelong growth and discipline. Here we are, the final piece to becoming truly unstoppable. Marcus Aurelius understood something vital, something most people today still struggle with. Growth and mastery are not accidents, they are the result of daily, deliberate effort. He wrote, "No great thing is created suddenly. If you tell me you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." In other words, greatness doesn't just happen, it's built, slowly, steadily, day after day, choice after choice. But in our world of instant gratification, it's easy to forget this. We want success now, we want results now. And when they don't come fast enough, we get frustrated. We quit, we tell ourselves maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Marcus would shake his head at that mindset, because he knew true mastery over yourself, your craft, your life requires discipline, patience, persistence. Let's use a real-world example. Think about learning a new language. You don't become fluent after 1 week on an app. It takes showing up every day, practicing, making mistakes, improving little by little. Some days it feels easy, some days it feels impossible. But if you stay consistent, one day you wake up and realize you can actually speak. You didn't see it happening moment by moment, but the growth was real all along. That's exactly how personal greatness works too. You won't see massive change after one good decision. You won't become unbreakable after reading one inspiring quote. It's the accumulation of small victories day after day that transforms you. Marcus Aurelius wasn't born wise and resilient. He practiced, he journaled, he reflected daily on his failures and resolved to be better tomorrow. He wasn't aiming for perfection, he was aiming for progress, and so should you. The question isn't how fast can I get there, it's can I show up today even if it's hard, even if I feel stuck, even if no one notices? Because unstoppable people aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep going, especially when it's boring, messy, or discouraging. They understand that every setback is just another chance to sharpen their skills. Every obstacle is another chance to build character. And over time, they forge something truly rare and powerful. Inner strength that can't be shaken by outside forces. So here's your challenge. Commit to daily growth. Commit to discipline, even when no one's watching. Trust the slow process of mastery, because if you do, one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive life, you built something extraordinary with it. And that, my friend, is what it truly means to be unstoppable. Stay tuned, because next we'll wrap up everything we've learned into a final message. One that will tie all of Marcus Aurelius' wisdom together and leave you ready to step into your own greatness. As we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered together. Marcus Aurelius, a man who faced wars, plagues, betrayal, and unimaginable pressure, didn't become unstoppable by accident. He became unstoppable by choice, Every day he chose to master his mind. He chose to accept fate instead of fighting it. He chose to see obstacles not as barriers but as stepping stones. He chose to live fully, to face fear with courage, to find happiness inside himself, and to commit to constant growth. And you can too. You don't need a perfect life to be powerful. You don't need the world to hand you easy circumstances. You already have everything you need inside you. The strength, the resilience, the wisdom. It's all there, waiting to be awakened. Every challenge you face from today onward is not here to stop you. It's here to shape you. Every setback is not the end. It's part of your training. And every single day is a new opportunity to rise a little higher, stand a little stronger, and shine a little brighter. You are not fragile. You are not powerless. You are capable of becoming truly unstoppable. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. If this video resonated with you, if it sparked something inside you, I invite you to like this video, subscribe for more content like this, and leave a comment below sharing which lesson spoke to you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts and continue this conversation together. Remember, you have power over your mind. Use it well, live fully, and never forget, you were made to endure, to overcome, and to thrive. Until next time, stay strong, stay steady, and keep moving forward.